Hey everyone, in this video we're visiting a stunning 160 square foot tiny treehouse. The treehouse is perched on a combination of cedar tree trunks and support beams and is perfectly nestled in the woods that surround it. The interior is quite tiny, but it still packs in a full kitchen, a lounging and dining area, a bathroom, a loft bedroom, and a surprising amount of storage. We're going to meet up with Ben, the builder, and he's going to give us a full tour. So let's go check it out.
This is my tiny luxury treehouse that I built myself, and I call it the Birdhouse Retreat. I started designing with the theme of a birdhouse in mind, so the whole outside is kind of shaped and textured and colored like a birdhouse, and obviously I had to fit within the trees that we're going to be supporting and surrounding, so that was my size constraint, and then the depth and the build-outs were just for extra interest. The whole building is suspended on and surrounded by a grove of cedars, so it's about 12 feet off the ground, off the back deck, and you got trees just that you can touch right outside the window, so it gives you a really cool foresty vibe even inside. The building is 160 square feet total, plus the sleeping loft, which adds about 40 square feet. Being so compact, I couldn't waste any space. There's not a quarter-inch wasted in here. The walkway to the treehouse is actually a suspension bridge, so you basically walk level straight out to and across your cable bridge. It kind of bounces a little bit and accentuates the fact that you're up in the air and gives it that elevated feeling. This is the front entrance, the front door, and the cable bridge is straight out from here. As soon as you walk in, we've got this big picture window with grids in it, and then a bench for your shoes and your luggage with some hooks on it. This is one of the pieces that I bought early on and kind of designed the walls around it, so no room for any wasted space, so everything's friction fit. This is the kitchen, probably one of my favorite spaces to look at and work out of. We've got the induction hot plate, there's cutlery, everything you need to basically make a simple meal. The counters are quartz, and one of my favorite details in here is the quartz kind of flowing into the counter height window. Took a little bit of planning. Underneath the sink, again, friction fit recycling and garbage cans in there. And over here we have the mechanical closet, kinda, more storage, but also the hot water tank is in here and the electrical panel. In this one, basically all your plates and bowls and cookware. And then down below is the fridge. Kind of cool, I think, too, because it's just a regular mini fridge, but I kind of had these fillers recessed so that I could do a cabinet panel on the front. For a tiny kitchen, it's got quite a bit of storage and kind of has almost everything you need to make an average meal, so surprisingly filled with amenities. Over here is just another closet, more storage. I got my little custom sized broom in there. Again, pretty compact, but it works well. And this was originally designed square, these walls for this closet. And during framing, I just kind of on the fly decided to snipe this wall off, so angle it back so that when you're walking in, you've kind of got sight line to the whole place, and it just makes it feel more big and open. This, I call it the book nook. I bought the furniture, I knew I needed some sort of love seat couch thing, and so I designed the window layout and the cabinet run around it, and then we just got the regular classic tiny house, treehouse books in their little tiny library. This love seat actually folds out into a little sleeper, so if you've got guests or your kids or whatever, they can sleep down here and you've got the loft to yourself. This is the dining area. It's, again, super tiny, compact, but it does the trick. It just seats two and you can play cards there, or breakfast or dinner. This is the ladder to the loft. It's pretty basic. I just kind of copied the angle of most other ladders, like ship's ladders and other tiny home ladders, and then put it on a library track and casters so that you can move it out of the way. If you're doing most of your work or moving around in here, you can slide it over towards the kitchen and vice versa. I left the handrails on it long, just so it's easier and safer getting up and down from the loft. In the loft, we've got a queen size bed. It basically fits wall to wall, and above the head of the bed are the skylights, 2 foot by 4 foot skylights, so you're looking up into the trees when you're laying up there. I've also got a AC unit up there, so in the summer when all the hot air is rising up there, you're actually still really comfortable. Pretty cool spot to hang out. The ceiling of the loft is framed in a kind of different way. It's all exposed rafters and T&G ceiling boards so that it gives it a little more headroom and also that cool look of the exposed timbers. But doing that, I had to do the insulation and the vapor barrier on the outside, so that was a kind of challenging new process for me. This is the water closet. It's basically just a toilet and a window and a mirror, but with the large window and large mirror, it actually isn't too cramped, even though it's about 2.5 feet by 4.5 feet, and the shower is underneath the building, outside. The outdoor shower was, again, something I'd never done before, never built before, so that was a fun project as well. It's basically 4 posts, and then the walls are made out of Trex composite decking material, so there's no staining required and no rot or any issues with that to worry about. The shower drains into a rock pit that we built underneath, and all the plumbing comes from in here and then goes through the hot water tank, obviously, through the floor system, and then as soon as it leaves the building, then we have it heat taped and insulated, so it's fully functional all year round. These are the French doors leading out onto the deck. They both open, and it's kind of a nice feel. It lets lots of light in and lots of air too, if it's that time of year. This is the deck off the back. It's south facing, so it's really nice. Lots of sun exposure all day and all year. It's about 4.5 feet by 12 feet, so not huge, but still for a place this small, it's nice to have. Another one of my favorite parts of the build were these railings. They're my own design, and a lot went into building them. I think there was about 240-ish welded miters because of the angles. I didn't have to do them personally, but it's just a cool feature. Part of the design with the herringbone or angled spindles is kind of to mimic the doghouse window above us. So where this tiny tree house sits, there was a large tree that I had to fall to accommodate the shape and size I wanted here. I hollowed out the tree and brought the water and hydro up the center of that tree, and so all the services are hidden inside. I insulated and heat taped the water and then put the cap back on. So in the case that it somehow did freeze, then yeah, you can take the cap off and access those services. There's heat and AC in the building, so it's all on a thermostat, so you're comfortable all year round. My background is custom home building. I love it. It has tons of perks and it's a great job, but one of the negatives is that I'm always building for someone else. So this project was 100% for myself. So all the finishes in here are things that I've kind of always wanted to do in my own home, but couldn't really afford to on a full-size house. So the tiny tree house was a perfect place to do that. I love the trees and being in and around them, so it's just a cool feeling when you're in here, seeing the trees right outside the windows and seeing the birds, and the whole thing kind of feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you still have all the modern comforts and amenities of a regular house.
If you want to find out more about this treehouse, I'll put the Instagram and Airbnb links in the description below. Please share this video if you liked it, be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.